got a guy meeting me with. Let me.
Hello, everyone, and hearing an echo here. Hopefully, everybody can hear us right now. We are doing a live stream live stream test. We are broadcasting both to YouTube and Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully, maybe I needed to start the Facebook live thing first. Hold on. Set this up. Just getting the kinks out. That's why we're doing this test. So if you can see us, please feel free to comment and let us know how we look and how we sound. It's me, Deron, Lucas.
Hey.
And Sean, who is off screen. Alright, let me continue this live. Alright. Hopefully. Okay. So apparently I've got to do two. Oh, wow. You've got all kinds of entanglement there. Yeah, so I'm getting things kind of squared away here. I am using XSplit for the first time on the new PC. Those of you who have followed this podcast for quite some time know that this thing has been in the works for at least a year. Finally got it finished thanks to our sponsor Orson from Captured Prey. He was a former IT guy, and he knew exactly how to put this thing together, and I have to say it's a beast. I mean, I've got 34-inch ultra-wide monitor here and an i7 processor cranking with 32 gigs of RAM. This thing is just sweet, and hopefully everything is looking good on this end. I'm not sure how we got 2 watchers live right now on YouTube. I don't know how many we've got on Facebook. Are we on Facebook Live?
Yeah, I have it pulled up on both, and it looks like we're live on both.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. Let me make sure this is acting correctly. It's supposed to be pulling up our Facebook chat. I'll minimize that. There, this little screen over on the right here, the little gray box, is supposed to disappear whenever there's nothing going on, and appear when there is comments on Facebook Live, but it is not doing so. And over on the left, where Darkwing is supposed to be YouTube comments. So if anybody's watching live on YouTube, if you want to comment, feel free to do so, as well as on Facebook Live. It'll help us test things out. Again, let us know if you can hear everybody and see everybody right now. Hopefully.
I posted a comment on YouTube. It doesn't. I don't see it popping up though.
All right.
You still getting an echo?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll see. All right. There is the it's popping up on the left there. So if you can see that. Is anybody on Facebook Live? Can you pull that up? Comment on that.
I can pull that up. Yeah, somebody commented already.
Okay. So if
Let's
you
see.
see me
On
if you
Facebook,
see
I
me
can
looking
see.
like I'm looking at the stars, I'm looking up at my monitor that's above here. Okay.
And if you see me looking like I'm changing a diaper,
And it is
changing a
popping up.
diaper.
It is popping up over on the right here. So
there you go.
Victor
He's
Monroe,
talking-
TF and diapers, my fave. So it seems like a couple minute delay there, but
All right.
on the Skype video or on the comments. But maybe if I just go ahead and not hide the comments.
Ooh, yeah. Don't hide those comments.
Awesome, Danny Vestal. Thank you for a comment. Read you loud and clear via YouTube. Is the video good and crisp and clear for everyone? I'm hoping it does. I'm not getting a live video on YouTube.
Yeah, the video on my YouTube, it looks good, Drone.
Okay. And the one on I pulled up the one on Facebook. It looks good and sharp too. So while we got you here, I want to tell everybody personally. If you watched the episode this past weekend, Lucas and Rick kind of explained had some family matters to deal with. And those of you who are friends of mine on Facebook or are able to see why I was out, I want to express my sincere thanks for all the kind words and messages that were sent to me over the course of the past week and this past weekend. It's been a very difficult time for me, and one of the main reasons I'm doing this today is just to kind of try to help get my mind moving forward. But long story short, I lost my father, and he was a very integral part of my life, and it was a very tough loss, and for not just me, but for the whole family. And I really want to express my thanks to everyone who reached out to me over the time. And I did see the comment on the YouTube comments on last Saturday's episode, and I thank you for that one too. It was really a great pick me up. So it looks like everybody's saying good and looks good, sounds good. Was the intro video, was the audio on it very good? Because I was not showing a peak meter on that one, so I wasn't quite sure. I can replay it if someone would like. Let me go ahead and do that real quick, and then I'll come back to this video. Alright, so let me know if you guys could hear that very well. I don't know if you could. It looks like the video is getting a little choppy on Facebook. And you're seeing my nose hairs in HD. That's cool. I do need to shave. I do like the fact that this it shows the YouTube comments and everything, and the Facebook comments on their live. That is great. So you guys have anything you want to talk about real quick, Transformers related, to kind of make this a relevant broadcast here, and a little test broadcast?
Nothing specific.
You haven't picked up any ouch my wallets or anything?
I've been trying to be good. We got Secret Santa coming up. So.
Yeah, I've got a Secret Santa too here for mine. I just haven't had a chance to send it out. So,
Targets should have all the deluxes for Siege now. All the mini cons and deluxes and the little Target Master things. I can't remember what they're called.
The Battle Masters, I think is what they're.
Battle Masters. Yeah, I saw them all in at least in the Kansas City area. I saw them at several different Targets.
Cool. Yep. I know somebody actually spotted the Battle Masters here in Louisville at Target in the last day or so. I actually haven't had a chance, obviously, to get up there. But I'm kind of chomping at the bit to at least get some Micromasters. I did. Did anybody partake in any of the Capture Prey Black Friday sale?
I did, actually. One of them. So he put up the vault on there, with the stuff that people had got down. So there was a Unite Warriors Bruticus that became available, and I never got it when it originally came out, and so I ended up partaking in that. So I'm waiting. It's sitting in my stasis pod, so we'll see when I actually ship it. But
I actually had that, and I liked it, but my blast off was very loose, and I didn't like the very light chocolate color that he had. And then whenever the Combiner Wars blast off came out, and it was the more proper brown, and it had the proper paint or the tampos, I swapped it out for my Unite Warriors blast off on the Bruticus, on the combined Bruticus, and now he just I've got the Perfect Effect upgrade kit for it as well, and I really like how that turned out. It's a really nice set. Although whenever I got mine, I was a little bit miffed because whenever I got it, my vortex was actually broken in the package. It looked like it had actually been dropped at the factory or something, and somebody put it in the package, because one of the rear tail fins, there was a stress mark, and it looked like it was getting ready to break off. Fortunately, the great customer service at Capture Prey, he was able to track down a spare Unite Warriors Vortex and swapped it out for me. So I have an unbroken Unite Warriors Vortex on my Bruticus now. Took him about 2 months to do it, because that was kind of hard to get. But that was really awesome of him.
That's awesome.
Danny Vestal says, yes, don't like the new price on Takara Tomi's Optimus Prime. Not cool. Even with the accessories. Can't display them all at once, so not really agreeing with the price point. Shake my head. That was on YouTube. Yeah, I really like the look of the new MP44. That's my 2 cents on it. However, I'm not about to pay $450 for it. Even if I can afford it, I just think that's a bit too much. I'm perfectly happy with my MP10. Now, if I can get it for a cheaper price, a much cheaper price, I may swing for it then, if I can get a good deal on it. But I'm not going to replace my MP10 anytime soon. There are a few aesthetic things that I don't like about MP44. I don't like the smooth tires. I'm not real crazy about those. I'm not crazy about the back kibble. And I'm not real crazy about how the trailer looks either. In the back of the cab. Not really a big fan of it. But overall, it is very, very nice looking. And I wouldn't mind picking it up for the right price. But whenever you start getting in the $400 plus range, to me personally, you're not getting into the what is it, the collector grade toys. To me, you're getting into vintage toy prices range. You know, I'd pay $400 for I paid $450 for my Road Caesar just a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How much would you pay for a sealed werewolf?
Probably about that much.
Yeah.
Probably about that much. So yeah, I'm not even going to imagine that for a brand new toy. Now, if it was like a multi-part combiner and it was freaking huge, a little more understandable. But this is an MP Prime. He's not going to be much bigger than the MP Prime that we have now, if at all. So what's the point? You know, it doesn't justify the price to me.
So the thing that surprises me a little bit, Duran, is how negative the community has been to the price. Because I would expect that there would be a good chunk of the community that would say, okay, I'm not paying that, I'm out, whatever. But I feel like of the comments that have been made, there's if you look on Facebook, there's a few people that are like, they buy everything, they buy all the official, they're in for everything. Those guys are in, but I feel like anybody else, like anyone that is not a 100% Takara loyalist, is out. Like, anyone that collects third party, anyone that is, not paying for that much. And I'm just honestly a little surprised by that. And I'm curious what price that it would have needed to be in order for people not to be out. Like, if it was $300, like, because I kind of think everyone was kind of expecting, maybe it'll be like $300, $350. Like, if they would have just said, oh, it's $350, what reaction do you think they would have had?
That's a good point. I don't know. I really don't know what to say to that. And Victor Monroy here on Facebook said something great. $300 for Zeta Bruticus, which I've got like right here. $300 for that thing, and it's 2 feet of plastic. And you're telling me that MP Prime is $450? That's what I got to you. There's no reason it should be that much. And I know there's a lot of people. I'll be honest, I haven't got the chance to watch the entire episode from Saturday yet, but I'm sure you guys covered that it's been all over social media and the forums. People are talking about the price, and there's some people that are willing and happy to pay it, and more power to them. But I agree with Danny Vestal here. If we start giving in to these prices, and Takara Tomi's like, oh, hey, they're buying it anyway, let's just keep upping these prices. What's to say that they'll come out with another MP Starscream at all Seekers and charge $300 a piece for them? No, I'm not doing that. It was already, the Takara Tomy Mall cone heads were like $200 a piece for me. And, I spent $600 on just the cone heads alone. I don't want to spend $1,000 on the Conehead Seekers again when I have perfectly good, really decent representations of those toys.
Sorry, the key is, if you don't want to spend it, don't spend it.
Yeah,
it'll send a message if you vote with your wallet.
Yeah.
Even there are people who pre-ordered, which sure there's going to be pre-orders, but I don't think that it's going to be as massive as in the past. So either the retailers or Takara or Hasbro's going to see that. You know, they're going to see a cap off of how much people are willing to spend for what amount of plastic. You know.
And Danny Vessel said Fans Toys Omega was just a hair over 300. 350 depending on where you get him. That thing is 11 pounds and almost 2 feet of toy there.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, MP44 is not going to weigh 11 pounds.
Yeah.
Now, we are comparing apples to oranges here. Third party can do things that first party can't. They don't have the same restrictions and such. But whenever you're talking about overall price, how do you justify it? I mean, what is... I'm sure there is a quantifiable, justifiable means in which you can price these toys. Third-party figures, they don't have a whole lot of people within their company, as it were. You got a designer and just a few people, and then they pay the factory, and the rest of it, is profit for them. If I'm not mistaken, that's how it works. But in Takara Tomy, you've got an entire company and Hasbro and other people you got to pay. Is that why they justify the price? I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing we can compare it to is MP10. It'll be the same size. So I mean, it's the only way to compare. What an MP10 should cost or an MP44 should cost is set them side by side, like people will do, and compare weight, size, detail, complexity, parts count, all that. So
yeah,
I don't think it's going to be a lot different than MP10 as far as build. So
I don't foresee it being much more complicated than MP10 either.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if and I made this point in the podcast, but if it was Sola Chijoken quality, maybe. And we're only getting a couple of these releases a year, and it was the main character and all that. I could maybe see myself justifying it, but I just never really felt like when I've held a Masterpiece figure in my hand compared to a Soul Chijoken figure, or even some of those Hot Toys or Flames toys when I saw those at TFCon, that it's not the same level of quality in my opinion. Now, I realize that they're going for articulation, they're going for transformation, all those types of things. But when you there's just a lot of things that bother me on the MP44, including the his front or whatever, where it's all broken up, with different panels and stuff. I don't know. It just doesn't look that great to me. And I tell you, the biggest winner out of all this is Magic Square. Because I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, you know what,
for the price. Yeah, for the price. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be slightly more inferior to the actual Takara release, but if you're saving $250, $250 is $250. I like what Zaldrun said here on YouTube. How much was MP10 versus MP1? If I recall correctly, MP01 whenever it first came out was from anywhere from 100 to 150. But I think most average price for him was 100.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, MP10 came out at I think 120 whenever it was first.
No, I think it
first.
Was
well, it first hit and it went up.
It was 250, I think.
Demand. It was 250.
No,
Sean. The Takara one was.
No, I'm talking about the Hasbro one. You could walk into Toys R Us, trying to compare, as cheaply as we could get it to, MP01 Hasbro. To the other MP01 Hasbro.
But I'm saying, if you are taking apples to apples, like the very first release, like when MP10 first came out from Takara, it was 250 or 25,000 yen, which was half of what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, MP1 did not come with a trailer. He was just Prime and his rifle and a battle axe, and I think that's about it. And I think he had a little Megatron gun. But MP10, he came out. He had all of that stuff. He had a spike. He had his trailer. He had roller. you know, he had a lot of stuff included with him. So he kind of justified the price at $250. But as the Hasbro version came out, if I'm not mistaken, the Hasbro version, whenever it first came out, it was around $125 to $150, nearly $100 less. So, and they justified that, if I'm not mistaken, because it was not an import, as they considered it. I'm not entirely sure how that works. But yeah, there was there was a sizable difference in that price. So, are you going to compare MP10 to MP44? It just seems like the price jump is artificial to me.
Yeah, I heard somewhere, I forget where.
That's another good point too. Danny Vestal says the Kickstarter Jabba's barge, sail barge. What was that? $500.
That thing's 4 feet long, though.
And it's 4 feet long.
Yeah,
4 feet long, and I just don't see how they're going to justify this.
Have you guys heard the rumor that that price was supposed to be the case price, not the per item price?
There were things that supported that, but now that it's been the pre-orders have went up on like BBTS and several other stores, they have confirmed, and Orson has confirmed through his supplier, yes, that $450 price point is for one unit.
Wow.
I thought it was interesting. BBTS actually took their pre-orders down.
Did they?
They did, yeah. TF Source still has theirs up, and like I think everybody else has theirs up, but BBTS took theirs down.
Yeah. There might be, you know, if that's the case, then there might be a lot of pushback from retailers saying, look, guys, you can't sell this at this price. Nobody's going to buy it. Or we're going to take a big hit. And you got to figure, at $450, what is the wholesale price of them? And is retailers going to make any profit on it? And that is the big selling point right there. If retailers don't want to carry it because they're not going to make money on it, then they've goofed.
Yep.
Bottom line. All right, I think we've... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I saw somewhere on Facebook that they're talking about that people on Asian sites, I guess, are complaining about the price as well. Like on the Japanese sites. I can't remember who said it. But I think that's telling as well, that because you haven't really heard that on, you know, the Dinobot and all that, or at least I haven't heard where, you know, people over in Japan were complaining. But I think if they're complaining too, yeah, I could see where they may end up redoing it and changing the price.
Yeah. So, it just remains to be seen. It's still several months away from release. Maybe we'll get an update on this. I just know the fan backlash online has overwhelmingly said no to this price. There are some that I have read that they don't care; they're going to buy it regardless. And you know, if they're willing to pay that price, more power to them. But I think in the end, more people than not will not buy it for that price. That's just my opinion.
Transformers New Fan made a good point too about the closure of Toys R Us. I think that could be a factor because that might be Hasbro may not be wanting to share with Masterpiece if they can't find a buyer for it, and so then I could see where that if Takara is having to do all the the cost of the mold themselves, that may actually increase the price as well.
Yeah, that is probably a good point too.
They might as well just let Takara do it in the first place, because by the time we get them, if we get them, it's a year and a half later. It seems like.
How many official Masterpiece have we not gotten over here in the United States?
Yeah.
And on top of that,
I thought was supposed to come out.
Yeah, on top of that, you had Prowl that came out over here, and he was as much, if not more, than the Takara version.
Yep.
But I think that
came
was
in a bigger box.
I think that was inflated too because of Toys R Us. They just artificially inflated the price on that for themselves.
Yeah. They could have been the licensing too.
Yeah. Well, I think we've got a successful test here. We've went about 30 minutes or so. And we've got some great comments on here. So the comment system is working. It looks like the video is working great.
And I've been carrying a 20-pound baby this whole time.
Yeah. Well, again, this was a test. This was a test of the emergency broadcast system. Had this been an actual test. But yeah, this should be the way we do it from now on. Now, whenever Lucas is able to host like he did last Saturday, and I thank you so much for doing that. Now, he doesn't have the ability right now to broadcast simultaneously to YouTube and Facebook Live. So those videos will go to YouTube specifically, and then we will broadcast them on Facebook Live later. But as long as I'm doing the broadcast myself, shouldn't have any problems broadcasting to both. If people would like to see it on another streaming service such as Twitch or maybe live stream, I can look into doing that as well. I don't know how much that will affect the video quality, though. I'd like to keep it at just Facebook and YouTube to open it up to as many people as possible. But I like it. I like to keep our podcasts accessible and interactive for the fans. And if you like what we do, help us continue up here at Patreon at patreon.com/TFYLP. And if you're watching us here on Facebook, be sure to like and subscribe to us here on our Facebook page. Make sure to share tftalk.net's Facebook page. And on YouTube, like, subscribe, and share on there as well. It helps us out and helps us continue. Thank everybody for joining us for this Facebook and YouTube test. And check us out on Twitter at TFYLP. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Good night.